Welcome to Sunshine Cathedral's Queer God Squad. It's Friday, August 2nd, 2024. I'm Reverend Dr. Darrell Watkins, the Senior Minister here at Sunshine Cathedral.
I am Reverend Dr. Robert Griffin, the Executive Minister. Faith and religion can be complicated for the LGBTQ+ community. Surveys show that evangelical faith is the justification for the greatest attacks on the LGBTQ+ community.
I am Reverend Kevin Tisdall, the Minister of Education. The Queer God Squad is going to explore our religious community. Let's explore the big news of the day and what it means to you.
I am Reverend Dr. Ann Atwell, the Minister of Connections. This is live, and then we are available on demand. If our community is important to you, share this news with your friends and family. Join the conversation on your favorite streaming platform and social media.
At Sunshine Cathedral, we're here to tell you that you are God's miracle, not God's mistake.
This is the Sunshine Cathedral perspective. Gospel singer Kim Burrell apologizes to LGBTQ+ community for past anti-gay remarks based on religion. Gospel singer and pastor Kim Burrell surprised many at the recent Stellar Music Awards in Las Vegas by publicly apologizing to the LGBTQ+ community while accepting the prestigious Aretha Franklin Award. Burrell, 51, had previously caused controversy with a 2017 sermon at the Love and Liberty Fellowship Church in Houston, where she labeled those engaging in homosexual acts as perverted and warned they would die from it. This sermon, delivered shortly before a scheduled appearance on the Ellen Degeneres Show, led to the rescinding of her invitation and the cancellation of her radio show. Even then, she continued defending her stand on the matter. However, at the Stellar Awards, Burrell apologized for her hateful views, saying, quote, "I want to apologize to the LGBTQ community. Let's give them a great big round of applause. We want them to have strength and to sincerely know that we must all do the work to embrace all of God's people and show forth His love to everyone." She expressed hope that the award and her apology would initiate a process of bridge building and mutual understanding, emphasizing the importance of following peace and developing the character of God by seeing God in everyone.
And for that, I want to apologize to the LGBTQ community. Let's give them a great big round of applause. We want them to have strength and to sincerely know that we must all do the work to embrace all of God's people and show forth His love to everyone. Amen. Amen. Tonight, I hope that this award and this moment can be the beginning of a bridge building and listening to each other as we follow peace with all men and develop the character of God, which requires seeing God. Thanks to the Stellar Awards for honoring me, and a very special thanks to the talented colleagues that I'm proud to call my friends.
Well, amen.
Thank you.
And you know what? I'm glad that she made the apology. I appreciate that. I love a good apology. When folks who have been historically nasty to the LGBTQ+ community, I appreciate a good apology. And the GLAD statement on this said, it's a step. It is a step. All right, Kim Burrell, what's the next step?
Yeah.
What is the next step? What are you going to do to back up this apology? Are you going to begin volunteering at a gay and lesbian community center? Are you going to begin reaching out to the LGBTQ+ community? What is the next step? I appreciate an apology. That's great. That's wonderful. That's a beautiful thing. You are right. We are all divinely created. We are all part of God's perfect creation. Now, what's next? How are you going to back up those words?
Yeah, I almost don't care if the apology was sincere, because even if it wasn't sincere, it still takes something to do it. Mm-hmm. And sometimes you fake it till you make it. Sometimes like, I don't know how I feel, but I need to do this. I'm gonna do it. So maybe because you said the right thing, she'll actually get there. If she's not there, maybe she is there. Maybe she's had. Yeah. And I wonder also, is the apology insincere or was the attack insincere? Like pandering to a base, like this is what they want to hear, let me give them some red meat, and then when that blows up, oh, well, I'm not really invested in that. Let me change course, because I really don't feel that way anyway. So I don't know, was the attack insincere, was the apology insincere, or do people change? Was she one way, and then she thought about it, and now she's another way?
Yeah.
All of those things are possible.
Yes.
All of those things are possible. What I do hope is that somebody heard that apology, whatever's going on in her, that someone heard that and that made a difference.
Yeah.
That some mom is going to be a little less mean to her kids, or some dad is going to be a little less hateful, or some preacher is going to not, hammer down so much from the pulpit, or whatever. I hope somebody heard it, and that it makes a difference. And I also want to say that whatever she believes and however she got there, she did not just wake up and say, you know what, that was too much. I'm going to try to fix this. Mm-hmm. She got canceled. Mm-hmm. She lost a show. People complained. She lost some opportunities. And so that does show you, when I post something on socials, when I say something at the family meal, when I cast my little vote, when I sign a petition, what difference does it really make? Do not underestimate the power of your voice. Just because it doesn't change the world every time you open your mouth, doesn't mean that collectively, when we stand up and speak up, it doesn't make a difference. She has publicly had a change of view, a change of perspective, for a lot of reasons. Maybe an angel came to her in her sleep. Maybe, for all these whatever, but also because folks said, that's not right. We're not having that anymore. We don't need that from you. You have a beautiful voice, sing. That's what we need from you. We don't need you to be bashing people and being mean to people. And she responded to that. So don't underestimate your voice and your voice and vote and your voice and the way you spend your dollars. And it does matter. It does matter. So this apology could be powerful, and it could have happened because people said something to begin with.
That crowd, that particular crowd, the Stellar Music Awards folks, they are the kings and queens of gospel music, and they're out there doing their thing and singing their songs and praising God and all the glory. And if many of them ain't, I ain't.
Oh, for sure.
That's all I'm saying. So it's a conflicted crowd in the first place. So here she was 7 years ago talking down to a large number of the people that were in that audience that night. And it
was in her band.
I just wonder how much it took 7 years, by the way, for her to say, oh, shucks, I made a mistake. I'm glad that she finally said, I made a mistake. And that always makes me begin to wonder, who in your sphere, who in your closed circle has come to you and said, you personally hurt me because I am a member of that LGBTQ community that you just bashed.
Someone stepped up and
I believe, and it happens not just with the Stellar Music Awards. I mean, it happens everywhere. Almost every politician who ever was against queer equality has found their way to acceptance and found their way to saying, wait, being queer is not a bad thing because somebody in their family came out.
Yeah.
And when you're loving someone and they come out, do you stop loving them? Because if you do, then you're showing who you are. Yeah. So now I have a child, I have a brother, a sister, somebody in my family that I love who has come out. So I've got to change the way I think because they're still the same person they were 2 minutes ago. Yeah. So just because I now know that they're queer doesn't mean that they're any less, and I have to change my way. So kudos to Kim Burrell for making that move, and I'm with you, Reverend Dr. Ann. What's your next step?
Yeah.
What else are you going to do? How are you going to show your support for the community in more than just words? I love it.
What I did love is when she said, let's give my hand, which was at first was a little cheesy. I'm like, but that they did.
Yeah.
It wasn't an ovation, but it also wasn't a golf clap.
Yeah.
And so that showed me the people you're talking to are not as monolithic as you may assume.
Right.
Even religious people have a lot of experiences and a lot of beliefs and a lot of opinions and a lot of relationships. And so when she said do it, there wasn't silence, there wasn't crickets, there wasn't boos. Yeah. There wasn't an ovation, but there was a legitimate, and it lasted a few seconds. And I was encouraged by that no matter what she said, they said something back to her too.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
And
Here it comes. Here it comes.
And
My brother.
I ain't buying it.
Oh.
I ain't buying it. Just something, even in listening to the applause that was given back to her, it felt awkward. It felt like a put up on moment, let me take advantage of something. And it may be in a sincere apology, it may be in all these other things, but some zebras just can't change their color. This is not her first time at the rodeo having to do something like this. I hope her apology was heard by people who needed to hear it, but this is really about her. And I agree with you, Reverend Amber. Okay, actions speak louder than words. What's next? Appreciate the apology. Now you got to step up and do something as equal as your abuse was and what you said to counter what you have now trying to put out there by an apology. If you can't step up there and march with Wilson Cruz on a pride parade.
There you go.
If you can't step up and go to New York City and march in a pride parade, if you can't call for a LGBTQ musical award ceremony,
Let's say it.
I
just
love
put
it.
your
Go sit down somewhere.
I love it.
yeah, go sit down.
Yes.
Just go sit down.
Sit down and shut
sit
up.
down. As the minister, you say we got to set you down for a minute until you can come back right. And for me and mine, you haven't come back right yet, because this almost to me was an abuse of her position and her voice when she did that. Now maybe she's trying to make it right. I will give her an inch of room for trying. But if you have watched her over the years, she had 7 years to do this.
Thank you.
But why wait till you're getting this particular award that you now decide it's time to do it? Maybe there's been some come to Jesus moments, maybe then lots of other stuff. I'm gonna wait and see. I'm gonna hold out on this one.
All right.
I think this needs to be a follow-up story, because she needs to get out there in the rainbow dress now and do something. She needs to get out there. She needs to get out there with Matthew Shepard's mother,
Judy Shepard.
Judy
Get her out there.
Shepard, and do something.
Wow.
This is not for your moment just to get there, get the award, get an applaud, and sit back down. Because if she's not further held to accountability, that's exactly what's going to happen.
Wow. So maybe on her next album, she does a tribute to Sylvester or something.
There you go.
That would be cool.
Or Mahalia Jackson.
I was going to say,
And if you were born after 1970, look those two names up. They were amazing. Well, thank me. Look them up.
amazing in the queer community.
Exactly.
Well, that's today with the Queer God Squad. We want to thank you for joining us. We're here daily at 3 p.m. to have some fun and discuss what our LGBTQ plus community is talking about.
Sunshine Cathedral is the world's largest progressive queer church. Progressive, queer, and God are words that naturally should go together. And we are all in this together. Remember that.
You are God's miracle, not God's mistake.
Until next time, we are the Queer God Squad. Goodbye.
Bye.